Hey now moment, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with you as always. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we are super happy to have you here. And we just ask that you bring an open mind and an open heart to your listening experience. And to be prepared to explore vantage points that I'm convinced will help shift or solidify your current understanding of the ultimate nature of reality. While listening, you will be exposed to inspiring, empowering, and unifying perspectives that I'm highly confident will yield stellar results in your life if you opt to try them on for size. Also, if you're a longtime P-Head listener, you know I have been diligently working on producing episodes for my new late-night style, consciousness-elevating video talk show, Optimistic. Well, after a year plus in the making, I am thrilled to announce that we will be releasing Season 1's episodes weekly beginning March 15th, and I'm asking for your help to spread the love and to let your friends and family know about Optimistic when it's released. In exchange for taking a minute to share our Episode 1 teaser video on March 15th, or whenever you're hearing this, up through the end of April, we're giving you monthly memberships to not one, but two consciousness-expansive online content portals from two of my very favorite teachers and healers that are valued at over $50 a month, as well as entering your name into a drawing to win a free week at the Mystic Manor for a retreat immersion valued at $2,950, where the winner will be chosen in April. Otherwise, if you're interested in hearing more details about the rewards you'll receive for supporting, we'll send you a video that goes into detail when you text the word Mystic to the number 22999. You can also go to optimistic.tv to see several other videos, including the Optimistic show trailer and two videos that discuss the week-long retreat immersion, as well as details of what the Mystic Manor immersion entails and how you can book a week to come stay with us even if you don't win the raffle.
All right, all you positive heads, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining Samantha and I on this terrific Tuesday. We are so happy to be here with you. Thank you for joining me, Samantha.
My pleasure. I missed you. I miss you when we don't talk, Erica. Life is not great without you, and so I'm really. Everyone listening, I don't know. Did you feel Mercury retrograde? Did anything go a little haywire for you? Because I know in my reality, all of the things went a little haywire. So much so that all my plans to Arizona got canceled, and I won't be able
to
see Erica in person. And I'm grieving. I am grieving.
Me too. It really, really is a huge bummer, but it doesn't mean it's not going to happen ever. It is just postponed and all in perfect timing. So while it is a bummer, it's okay. Mm-hmm. It's okay because I still get to see your beautiful Foch in the mornings on Tuesdays.
Yeah. So, Eric and I, we always have it, except for that one week where we weren't sure for 5 minutes. But today we're like, well, we have to go with the times and talk about this virus, especially since the virus is what came between us. It's what messed up the plans.
Exactly. And we are not going to let this virus come between us. I love that you just said that.
Exactly.
Because you can just see how it's starting to separate us. And that is the last thing that we can allow or that we want to allow. And it is our choice. And that's probably why the word can came out, because we get to choose. We get to choose in these type of times if we decide that we want to come together or if we're going to separate ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. I so agree. And on the metaphysical level, viruses are very, very low density frequencies, right? And they normally have a similar blueprint to guilt, blame, shame, fear. And if you look around, like the intense fear that is spreading, it's like that is the same frequency of this virus, and that's exactly what the virus wants, right? And so we really have this beautiful opportunity to put up our antivirus inside of us, to put up our firewalls, to control, delete, and to raise above to the highest frequency possible of love and connection and trust and surrender and strength and trust that we are safe.
That is so huge, Because the minute we allow ourselves to get into fear, we're lowering our vibrations, and now our focus is not on love. Well, love is our greatest protection. It is our strength. It is everything to us. And so if we allow that to weaken, now our immune systems are weakened and we live in a place of fear. And that's exactly how to make yourself sick. So if we want to protect ourselves, because yes, we need to be aware that there is something out there that we need to be cautious of or aware of. But, there's easy ways to protect ourselves in love, remaining heart-centered, and, staying out of stress as much as possible. Stress is going to weaken our immune system. There are so many things energetically and mentally that we can do to keep ourselves safe.
Exactly. Yeah. So one of the things energetically and mentally is I like to focus on, you can use any kind of system. I like to use the chakra system and just focusing on the different chakras and really tuning them. So if it's that root chakra, well, I am safe and I am secure, and really visualizing that and pouring that energy into your body. Like, I am creative and I trust myself. I know who I am and it is safe for me to shine. I am in my heart and love protects me. I share my voice and my truth and I speak love and positivity. I see beyond the veil of separation and I am connected to all that is, right? And just going through and attuning yourself to that high vibration. That's a beautiful way that you literally feel your body resonating at that frequency.
Yes, and at that frequency, no little virus or bacteria can affect you. It's just like when a moth goes to the light at night and the light just extinguishes it. It can't take your light. So that amount of high vibe, loving energy that we have within us that we remember and ignite, that's what keeps it all at bay for us. And also, when I think about this, I think, what are we so afraid of with this? Sure, nobody likes getting sick, but really, we're afraid of death. So, why is death so scary? When you think about all the near death experiences that people have had, there's nothing scary about it. Everybody comes back and says how loving and amazing and how beautiful and clear it is. So, the fear really around death, we can talk about, because I'm not sure that we need to hold on to this fear. It's kind of a silly fear. We just go to this beautiful place.
It's
And also,
interesting.
last thing is that I don't believe, and I truly believe that every single soul leaves when their soul decides. So we all have these opportunities, but no one will leave before it is their time, regardless of the opportunity.
So well said. That takes away that anxiety
Yep.
and that fear. And something that you said there. Oh, no, I lost it. I'll come back. I come back. There was something that came up.
Was it about the fear of death?
Yes, it was. Thank you. The two minds coming together to support. Yeah. So I feel like I believe that more than the fear of death, people have a fear that they've realized that they aren't really living. And
Yeah.
And I know when I had a near death experience when I was 26 and I almost died. And in those moments where I thought I was dying, I called the ambulance. I was laying in bed waiting for the ambulance to come, and I thought I was dying, and I Googled, like, what the heck do you do if you think you're dying? Apart from call the ambulance, like, what do you do? And I was panicking, and I called my girlfriend, and I told her, my best friend, I said, Steph, I might die, and if I die, like, I love you. Please tell everyone I love them. Like, take my things. Like, I didn't know what to do. I was preparing for this. And I remember when I had that moment where I guess I could say I heard my own voice, but like it was like a higher self voice, and it was very clear, and I heard it speaking to me. And it was just like, well, one, what came through was like, Samantha, you chose this subconsciously. Like, this is what you were wanting and you were calling in. And two, it's like, now that this opportunity is presented to you, like, you have the choice. Do you want to die or do you want to live? And I remember panicking. I was like, I have to live. I haven't lived yet. I haven't done the things. I haven't been the thing. I haven't experienced. I haven't offered. I haven't. And I panicked so intensely. And I realized that, yeah, I wasn't really afraid to die. I was more afraid that I would live a life that was insignificant.
Wow. That's really huge. I think that's really more of what it's about, but we just don't don't realize it. Like, I didn't get to do everything yet. I'm not quite done. Yeah.
Yeah. And what if this virus is a good thing? What if it's a reminder? What if it's here to kind of
Hmm.
shake us up, to
Hmm.
scare us a little bit? Because most people are killing themselves slowly every single day, right? We're afraid of this virus that might kill us. However, we go out and drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes, do all the drugs recreationally, not medicinally. We go out and put ourselves into situations that are toxic. We continuously stress ourselves to the point of near cellular death. And and so what if this virus is actually for our highest good, coming in to just shake us, to remind us of how much we actually
Yeah.
want to live?
Yeah. I agree with you. And I think that it is. Energetically, we're always providing these opportunities for death and rebirth. We need to kind of get rid of an old system and bring in a new. And with this, I think we're living as a society so much in fear all of the time. This is giving us an opportunity to say, you know what? I don't have to live in fear. I can reclaim my own
Mm-hmm.
power and I decide where to focus my attention. And because I decide that,
Yeah.
and where my focus is where my timeline is. That's where my reality is. So I get to pick how my life plays out, how my timeline plays out by my choice.
Exactly. And then there are things you can do. Like there are definitely
Sure.
precautions that I'm taking for, for instance, even just something like Wim Hof breathing, right? If anyone doesn't know who Wim Hof is, he's this very famous breath work specialist. He climbed up, I think Mount Everest in his shorts,
Mm-hmm.
and he's known for being able to control his immune system and his entire body through his breath. And what they did with Wim Hof when he was doing his technique, they injected a virus into his body through a syringe and injected it into his body, and he, through his breath, controlled his immune system to completely
Mm-hmm.
eradicate the virus. And these are clinical tests, right? So doing things like yoga, like breath work, like eating really healthy foods. I'm taking my herbs and my essential oils to boost my immune system. And all of these things, meditation, cuddles, walks in nature, all of these things that I'm doing, it's not out of the fear like, oh my God, I'm going to get sick. I have to prevent myself. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It's more, oh yeah, I know how to
Mm-hmm.
take care of my body. And I have these excellent tools that I get to use. And it's this beautiful reminder for me to optimize the way that I'm taking care
Exactly,
of
because we
myself.
should all be doing these things on a daily anyway. These practices that de stress us, meditation, yoga, breath work,
Mm-hmm.
all of it is strengthening to your entire system. Not, yeah, your immune system, but your vitality, everything. So these are things that we should be doing
Mm-hmm.
all the time. Um, and yeah, for me, like the ways that I will boost up is those ways, of course, but then say vitamins. Vitamin A is a great immune booster, and vitamin D. That means get out in the sunshine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Feet on the earth. I like to close my eyes and
Mm.
look right at the sun. So let the sun hit the
Mm.
back of my eyelids, and just it's said to strengthen the pineal gland, and it goes right into the limbic system. And having the sun on your skin, your earth on the feet, nature's so rejuvenating. It really brings us back into that natural state of homeostasis, of balance. And when they do clinical tests on the cellular integrity and your cellular health and your DNA, it shows that when you meditate, when you get into nature, when you're eating healthy foods and doing all the things we just mentioned, it upregulates all of your
Mm-hmm.
systems, which is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. So I really think that this is a huge opportunity um, for us to really decide what we want in our lives, you know? And
Mm,
yes, it's a great reminder. But like we've been talking about since the beginning of this year is a very pivotal year. So and the messages that have been coming through to me are like, now is the time. Now is the time. This is very serious that you need to maintain your focus on love. And now it's
mm,
becoming even more clear as to why this time is so important. It is a very pivotal time. And so it is my reminder to you all to stay in your love centers, stay in your heart,
mm,
and just always remember to refocus there.
mm. That's the key point, because our pain body will come up, our trauma will come up, our wounds will come up, our old stories, our judgments, our all of those will come up. And what a lot of people do is then they get mad. They meta upset, they're upset. And it's like just noticing when those come up, if you can have that gentle, curious awareness, like, oh wow, I'm noticing that I'm judging right now. I'm noticing that I'm in anger right now. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm going to call in compassion, because compassion and forgiveness neutralize all and harmonize all negative emotions, lower emotions. Just compassionately, oh wow, okay, well, I'm going to love myself anyways, and I'm going to love this judgment. Oh, thank you, judgment, for showing me something. Okay, back into my heart, tune back into the heart. Feel that feeling of joy and bliss and love, and let that expand, take over every single cell of your body, and then radiate outwards. And it's just that gentle practice.
I love it. And what you just explained is how we integrate our polarities. Instead of pushing away those parts of ourselves that we don't like, or our darker aspects, we bring them in. We love them. We accept them as a part of ourselves and say, I love you. It's that simple. Just like a little hurt child,
Exactly.
We can love those aspects of ourselves in that way and learn a whole lot and be grateful for them.
That's the thing. Like, if you've ever heard integrating the shadow aspect, we often want to push away the shadow aspect. Oh, there's a part of me that's a martyr. There's a part of me that loves to drink. There's a part of me that does all this thing. And like, I hate that part. Well, like, if you feed the shadow with more shame, what's it going to do? It's going to accumulate in shame. And so it's really about seeing that that's just a hurt part of you. It's a scared part of you. It's a part of you that needs a little bit more love and nourishment from yourself. And so the reparenting and doing that shadow work can really, really help you to go to new depths of the connection that you have with yourself and the love that you have with yourself. And then that part of you that likes to take control and goes to the quote unquote negative behaviors or the addictions or the self-sabotaging behaviors, they'll lessen and lessen and lessen as you integrate and love that part of you.
Absolutely, 100%. And right now, astrologically, is a time of letting go. And we've just come past this Mercury retrograde. It's back direct now, but we're still going through.
And full moon. Full moon yesterday as well.
But so I was listening to, I love this guy, Rick Levine, old school astrologer. I just think he's great, and I learn a lot from him. It doesn't quite stay in my brain very long, but I think he's great. But he was basically saying that, Mercury will be direct, it'll go through its path, and then it goes retrograde and it goes back over that path. And then it needs to go straight again, and then it goes back over that path again. So this is 3 different opportunities to address and be aware of these situations in our lives and be able to actually heal them and let them go finally. So in these next couple of weeks, we can really start to see, all right, what's happening now that maybe was happening at the beginning of February, and how can I choose to deal with this in the most loving way? What's the best way for me to handle this and be able to let go and forgive if that's what's needed?
This really hits home. There's definitely something in my life that I am consciously letting go of, and it's really challenging. There's deep attachment, and I'm noticing the places in myself where I'm attached and possibly even addicted. And this attachment and possible addiction is mimicking the wounds I had as a little girl, and the feelings of being unloved, or the feelings of being unwanted, and how that played out as a little girl. I'm noticing those same connections showing up in my life in certain areas right now. And this attachment to a way of being and a pattern. And last year was all about breaking these patterns. And I'm really seeing this like root daddy mommy wound, like core wound. And one of the fibers of it that I didn't even fully know was there, I'm being called to re-architect that fiber. And I'm really giving myself grace for this process, because it's one that's been there for a long time. When you think of a pattern that you've had for a long time, it's deeply ingrained. Doesn't mean it can't be changed. It just needs some finesse and a lot of compassion. And then the decision, like, okay, I am letting this go, and I'm committing to that, and I'm choosing myself. And this is the time. No better time than now.
Thank you for sharing that. This is such a beautiful opportunity for us to heal. That's really what this is about. This is about letting go of all the old stuff and building all of the new, beautiful magic that is here at our disposal. It's just, we decide. We decide what we choose, what we grasp out there. We get to pick anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. What's one thing you're letting go of, Erica?
Lately I've been letting go of, I've been doubting myself a little bit. And so I've been just considering it an experience of doubting myself, but I'm allowing it to just pass through and learn from it, and also remind myself that that I don't need to do that, that all is well and as it should be. So.
Ooh, I love that. When I go into self-doubt, which happens quite a bit, I'm going to blame it on my Gemini rising, but yeah, it's, I like to see all sides of the spectrum. I see the polarity of it, and sometimes when you see everything, it's a little bit challenging to know where you stand. And so when self-doubt comes up, I just love to tune in and into my body and just affirm, like, I trust myself. I trust myself. Like, I know what I want. I know how I feel. I remember my worth. And I just use these affirmations that have nothing to do with the decision or the thing that I'm doubting myself on, but just like really washing myself with self-love and compassion and trust. And then going and doing something else. Like, I'll go for a walk or go to the gym or go to the beach. And then all of a sudden something just drops, like, oh yeah, I actually know, like, I've got this, like, this is so clear. And it just, when we release it and go and attune ourselves and come back, it's like, oh, obviously this is how it is.
You just have to get out of our own, we need to get out of our own way. It's like, it's just this human side of us, but for me, when I do this and I'm like, oh, silly human, you're just being a silly human. And that's okay, because you are human and you came here to be human. So that's how you're learning these things. And so yeah, when we can really ask ourselves, what does my higher self say? What does my inner being say? And stop thinking. Just stop thinking about it. Like you said, do something else. Stop thinking. Then it just comes, because that's how our higher self communicates. First thing. What's the first thing without thinking about it? Yeah.
Yeah, that gut instinct. We have three brains: the gut, the heart, and the brain. And when they're in coherence and that signal is flowing between the three of them, like, that's where the magic is.
Absolutely. Well, Samantha, I think this was a good discussion today.
Yes. One thing I will say, since I mentioned the chakras, last week I forgot to link the chakra meditation, and I know that.
I think so.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's there.
Awesome. Okay.
But tell us again, because.
Okay, great. Perfect. Yeah. I forgot. Sarah did it.
Wow, she's amazing.
Awesome.
We love you, Sarah.
Shout out to Sarah. Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to the whole crew. Shout out to the internet. Shout out to all of you listeners. If you haven't, you can go check out this chakra cleansing meditation, and it just helps you to let go and to purify and to attune. And the people that listen to it, they tell me they go to really interesting, cool places. And so, it's a tool that you can use if you are going through some fear or some lower density vibrations. Just give it a try. Test it out. See how it feels.
Thank you so much, Samantha. So you guys, remember, maintain your focus on love. It is the most important thing that we can do right now. It doesn't matter what's happening. It only matters how we respond to it. So with that, I'm going to leave you with a song. This is Breeze by Xavier Rudd. Until next time, everyone. Love you all.
Love you.
And if you're feeling the call to come for a week retreat style Mystic Manor immersion, remember to go now and book your time to speak with me directly about stepping into the optimistic vortex at calendly.com/talk with Brandon while there are still spots left. Otherwise, I look forward to co-creating magic with you at the Mystic Manor.
Imagine the tiniest little pixie people rub lotion into your face. Imagine your feet never touch the earth. Imagine you were flying above the whole human race, gliding above it all, and you were breathing fresh air that you are, and they will inhale you deep into their lungs, and they will exhale you as far as you will go, but you will touch their soul. Imagine you were dreaming on a bed of fresh green leaves, or you awoke to a shining sun. The good people of the world were free, and you were breathing fresh air that you are,